Shot clock at 6. Davis looking. Davis knocked away by Walker and stolen. Walker has it. Ahead to Brown. Brown holds on to it. 6 seconds remaining. Ojeleye. Walker fakes. Walker puts it up. Won't go. Tice on the follow. It misses. And the Lakers hold on.
Man, that was a nail-biter. Lakers win by 1 point to the Boston Celtics, man. 96-95, man. That was a nail-biter. Had me sweating. You know, but at the end of the day, we kicked some Celtic ass tonight. So, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Big Baby Jonathan here. Welcome to Lakers Live pregame show presented by 265 Media. I'm your host, Jonathan Salfa, Aaron, Manny, and Medina. How y'all Saturday night going?
Good.
Pretty good.
Absolutely beautiful.
Most definitely, man. Lakers win by 1, like we said, 96-95, man. My player of the game, for me, that I picked, Anthony Davis, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 assists. Love the defensive energy tonight from him. Offensively, everybody did their thing tonight. Marc Gasol had a good game, 1 point, 1 rebound. Congratulations, you won a cookie snooky. And Dennis Schroeder did a good game, 12 points. But other than that, man, give us your thoughts about the whole game tonight, Aaron.
Hey, you know what? If he got, he got a point, so that's
It's better than I can score a basket.
Hey, right?
So congrats to you.
There you go. So my guy was Dennis the Menace, 12 points. 12.7 assists. Hey, you know what? I wanted him to get 20, but I'll take it. Double-digit points. I think like Van Gundy and Mark Jackson were saying is, he's just got to get back to himself as his OKC days. We saw him starting off great. Then he went for a cold spell, and then he finally looked like Dennis tonight. So, and also, my other guy off the bench was Trez, man. He showed up, came out there and dominated. 16 points, 5 rebounds, and he got an assist too. So hey, that's a bonus. Came out there, they did what they needed to do. Shaky at the end of the game, but I mean, hey, you know what? Like I always say, just gotta win by 1.
Shout out to my Lakers, our Lakers. We beat the hated rival Celtics. I am so hype right now. You have no idea. My pick for the game, LeBron. Yeah, 21, 7, and 7. Shot terrible from the 3. But honestly, shout out to Anthony Davis and shout out to my 6th man of the year, Montrezl Harrell. 27 points, 14 rebounds, shot 11 for 25. Great stuff for AD. And Montrezl Harrell, once again off the bench, does not disappoint. Besides one game, he has not disappointed this year. 16 points and shot 8 for 10 from the field. Bravo, bro. Bravo. And we almost choked at the end, but a win is a win, whether it's by 1 or whether it's by 40, especially when it's the hated rival Boston Celtics. Mamma mia. Beautiful, Lakers. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that we won too. I was a little heated after the game because we were very close to losing that last second. I almost had heart failure. I'm sure we can all relate to that. I'm pretty sure we were all biting our nails at the end. Oh my gosh. But yeah, overall, pretty good game. I wish we could have won by a few more points. That 1 point in the last minute of the game was just giving me too much anxiety. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Overall, I think AD had a beautiful game with 27 points and 14 rebounds. And LeBron James, he also had a good game too with 21 points and, well, he had 1 rebound. But, I mean, he did score a lot. But the only problem with him this game was I feel like he had trouble handling the ball. And instead of, attacking the rim or, just driving it in, I felt like he just kept passing the ball, which I didn't like seeing. I really wanted to see him take over at some point too. So I kind of just expected a little more from him that game. But I also think, personally, I think that Kuzma also had a good game with 11 points and 6 rebounds. He played really good defensively as well. I'm the only person two people that I'm kind of just a little disappointed in for this game. Marc Gasol, one of them. I mean, gotta give him a little credit. 1 point. Step up, 1 point. But also KCP, he's been kind of cold these last few games. I'm not sure what's been going on with him, but he's one of my favorite players. So I would like to see him step it up personally and contribute to the game as well, because he brings in a lot of points for us. So for him to have a bad game, in this important game, then that's kind of disappointing. But overall, I mean, at least we won. It was by 1 point, but at least we won against the Celtics. So I'm gonna leave off with that for now.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But what I didn't like, man, points in the paint 60-40. Unacceptable. Shout out to Jay. Lakers give up 60 points in the paint. Please cut Marc Gasol. At this point, man, we're going to keep Marc Gasol. At the end of the day, we're going to keep him. We're not trading him unless we get a good trade offer, unless we can convince the Lakers. Because Marc Gasol has no trade clause. And if Lakers say, we're going to trade you, this is the reason why, you go to a different team, and Marc says, okay, I'm out. Because I noticed when Marc Gasol's in there, the offense gets stagnant and the Lakers get slower on defense. But as soon as he goes out, we're faster on defense. So I wouldn't be surprised. We're keeping Marc Gasol. So Laker Nation, stop with the trades and stop with all this and stuff. And as far, I'm going to get to this because I've been seeing in the comments the last couple of nights. As far as the Bradley Beal, we ain't getting him. I know last show we had a debate about Bradley Beal. He ain't going to come to the Lakers. He ain't coming to the Lakers. Watch this, going to keep him. And yeah, man. And also, too, and LeBron, man, I know I said I was going to criticize you, but I got to do it tonight. Why were you standing around? You turned the ball over so many times in that third quarter. It's unacceptable, bro. Like LeBron, you're a Laker, but I gotta get on you. You turn the ball over and you're standing around. You're supposed to say, "Give me the ball, get out of my way. I'm the best player on the planet." Shoot in somebody's face and yell at them. But no, you want to stand around. And I feel like when it comes to those crunch time situations, I know it happens in playoff for Cleveland and Miami, but sometimes you go away from it. You go MIA when there's crunch time situations. And Anthony Davis, he didn't score that much in that fourth quarter. Gotta do better. I already know we won by 1, but I'm happy, but I'm very disgusted how we ended that game. I know a win's a win, but just doesn't feel right with me with this win tonight. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, we were up by 7. Dennis got that, drove to the basket, got the foul and won, put him up by 7. I said, cool, we're in a great spot in the game. And all of a sudden, Jason Tatum went off to be Jason Tatum. Don't get me wrong; he's one of the greatest scorers in this game too. Give him props. Mm-hmm. The dude could just flat out score. He's a beast. He killed us the last time we played Boston last year as well. The dude, if you're not putting on a ton of pressure on him, it's very hard. And then sometimes he's just going to shoot over you. So I give the Lakers props for doing the best they could on him. But that the ending of the game, you have a minute left in the game or so, and then. The only turnover we had in the game in the fourth quarter was LeBron's. Where if you're sitting there and you're posting up from a high post out on the line, you got to hold on to the ball and continue. You can't. It was just one of those sloppy where I'm not watching where the basketball is. I took my eye off the basketball and the ball just got away from him and he tried to catch it and save it from going out. That was a turnover in the game. But right after Bradley Beal hit his shot, and then Tatum got another basket. It was interesting. Also, fortunately, we don't like to see injuries. Hopefully a speedy recovery for him. So hopefully that turns around. But in the end, got it done.
Oh, absolutely. As much as we all as Laker fans despise the Celtics, prayers to Marcus Smart. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But honestly, we got very lucky this game. As much as I'm very hyped, we got very lucky. Not only because of the end, but listen to the 3-point percentage. We shot 29% from the 3-point range. I know Celtics didn't shoot any better, 28.6, but can you imagine if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown actually had the 3-point shots this game? We would have got buried. I mean, as much as I'm happy about this win, I'm just saying that could have been a bad thing. And plus, rebounding as well. 42 rebounds for the Celtics. I know we got 45, but the fact that we keep saying it every single show, and it's a fact. We have a problem with rebounding. Our opponents keep getting a lot of offensive and defensive rebounds on us. We need a guy who's good at rim protecting. Maybe we might get rid of Marc Gasol. I don't know if we do. I hope we release him because there's no saving him. He's sorry, Marc Gasol. You're playing like a scrub. But I'm just saying we need a new face there. But what can you do? A win is a win. I'm happy with it. What can you do?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like every time Marc Gasol gets the ball passed to him, right away, he passes it back to someone else. He just doesn't take the ball and shoot it with confidence. And then when he does, he's shooting from the 3-point line And I'm like, why aren't you in the paint? Why aren't you driving the ball? And why aren't you at least trying to get some fouls? And when you do get fouled, please make sure you're making your free throws if you're not going to score during the rest of the game. I really want to see more from Marc Gasol. I haven't, like, I think I've said this before, but I really wanted to see more from him. I expected more from him, and I had faith in him to, for him to pull through. But I just feel like he keeps getting worse every game. I mean, I know he had 1 point this game, but I think that came from a free throw shot. And I don't know. Every time I just see someone pass him the ball, I get nervous, and I'm like, please no, don't hand him the ball. But then right away, like I said, he just passes it back to someone else. He doesn't take it with confidence. He doesn't shoot with confidence. And just like Jonathan was saying earlier, when we take him out of the game, suddenly like we're playing so much better defensively and offensively. And I feel like he just slows us down, and that shouldn't be the case. I mean, I know we can't trade him, but there's definitely something that the Lakers need to do to, just fulfill that role since he's not doing it for us. It's sad to say because, he is, a Laker and we want to have faith in him, but I mean, there's not much more we can do at this point. But other than that, I mean, that win was it just didn't. I'm happy, but it just didn't feel that satisfying at the same time. I just feel like we could have played so much better. We could have won by at least 7 points. Like we were up those 7 points like 2 minutes before, and then suddenly we just lost it. We lost it, and we keep slipping up like that. And we just need to have a better handle on the ball too. I feel like that was our biggest problem this game. We just couldn't keep the ball in our hands. It just kept getting tipped away, or just something would happen where we would lose the ball, and like suddenly we would be up by like 3 or 4 points, but then suddenly Boston would come back and tie the game with us again, and we just couldn't keep up our score. We couldn't obviously blow them out, but it would have been nice to see that, But yeah, that's just how I feel so far about this game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. To be honest, it feels like I know we won, but it feels like we lost tonight. Like, just the way we ended it. You turn the ball over. LeBron had that turnover. But here's the crazy thing. Boston had a timeout. They had a timeout. They didn't want to call. If they would have called a timeout, I already know what was going to happen. They were going to give the ball to Jaylen Brown at the top of the key, probably step back jumper. He's been doing it all night because Jason Tatum, man, he's very talented. He idolized Kobe, and we got to give Jason Tatum talented. Jaylen Brown's talented. They outscored the Lakers, Big Two, AD, and LeBron tonight, and they went back and forth. But Boston has talent. They're going to be down the road. They're going to be talented. And then also too, Kemba Walker struggled against LeBron. And anytime Kemba Walker struggles, Boston always loses. And even when it's the Charlotte Hornets, Charlotte Bobcats, LeBron dominates.
Exactly. And let's, obviously, if you look back at this game, Kemba Walker, I mean, I was pretty shocked. He had I think that's the first time I've seen him have like an off game, like even in the past when he was, with other teams, you don't see him really actually, having bad games like that. And hey, you know what? I'll take it for only 4 points and shot 1 for 12. Don't get me wrong. You have a bad game and you're playing against the Lakers. I'm not going to be mad. I mean, hey, you know what? You're not always going to be the star, you're not going to be the star of the show. And they had Tatum, 30 points, man. The dude, when you shoot 12 for 18, you really stepped it up. Him and, it was Marcus, Jaylen Brown. Those two guys right there, that's their piece. That's their version of LeBron and AD on their team.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you on that. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker are their LeBron and AD, because if you think about it, the Celtics they didn't really take the Laker thing as that we've done for the past 6-7 years. Like we had our young core, but then we traded away to compete for championships. Like these guys, they actually kept their guys, and it worked out. Like shout out to them. But obviously, championships over development is what we go with in Lakerland. But yeah, like I want to know what the hell happened to Kemba Walker. He had 11 for 12 for shooting. He just looked so rusty out there. Like, can you imagine if he even got hot during the game? because we all know Tatum and Brown were hot at this game. Imagine if Kemba Walker too. I don't know. Like, I think our defense has to get better. Like, yes, we only gave up 95 points, but it could have been a lot worse. I feel like our rebounding has to get better. I feel like I repeat the same things every show, but you know, I'm sorry, I'm keeping it real. This show's all about keeping it real. If I have to critique people, like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we all keep repeating ourselves and what the Lakers need to learn from their previous game. They keep making the same mistakes, and it almost cost us another game tonight, and that's not okay, especially not against the Celtics. And on Monday's game, it's coming up. We're playing against the Hawks, and we're finally back at home, so we really got to step it up because for some reason we don't play that well at home. We've just been doing better on the road. But we really just got to step it up. And like you said, Manny, we just got to start rebounding the ball more, start playing better defense, start scoring, and, you know, not giving up shots and just passing the ball to each other. You know, we got to see LeBron take it in more. I know he had a good couple of games, but I mean, compared to his last two games, tonight was not one of his best games, that's for sure. And I just would have liked to see more from him. If he had scored. If he was playing like he was the last two games, like him and AD combined, like they would have had, like, at least I want to say like over 60 points, and that could have contributed a lot to our gameplay. But yeah, just I don't know, this win. Like I keep repeating myself too. Like, I know it's a win. I know it's nice to say that we beat Boston, but I mean, we almost lost it, and it just doesn't seem that satisfying to me because I feel like we could have done a much better job. And I just hope from here on out we keep getting better with our plays.
Most definitely, 100%. And also, too, LeBron was turned up in that third quarter, you know, hit a couple threes, mid-range. And here's what Boston did. They double-teamed him. They closed the lane, they double-teamed him. And then that's when LeBron goes too passive. I understand it's a point guard's mentality. But sometimes LeBron, I keep saying this, when we got you, I said I was going to criticize you, I have to do it. Why do you pass the ball so much? I know you're a point guard mentality, but sometimes you can take over a game, and you know I need you to take over that fourth quarter. I don't know, I'm just LeBron, man. I didn't like the performance tonight. You got to do better. AD did his thing tonight. But if you're up 7, and you know what kind of got back Boston in the game? When Schroeder fouled. When they put Boston on the free throw line, that's what kind of changed the momentum of the game, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. That foul, I mean, don't get me wrong, that foul, I was kind of shocked that you would even try and touch him. I mean, you know already that the Lakers are in the bonus. Why do you even attempt a foul? If he's just going to shoot it, keep your hands back. You know, they teach you that. I remember when I was doing basketball when I was younger, they teach you that as a wing guard is whenever you're going to defend, put your hands back. Do whatever you can do. Keep your hands back. Get your body out there and position yourself without touching the arm, without touching anything. And I knew as soon as he put his hand on him, the guy's just going to throw it up because he knows either way they're going to be shooting. Honestly, that play and then the play before, it shouldn't have been even a foul. That was not a foul on LeBron. That was not a blocking foul on LeBron. That was just literally LeBron didn't touch him. You know, obviously it was a charge. Or not. Or honestly, even that is he didn't even touch him. Like, he literally just barely brushed against them, and LeBron just tried to get out of the way as much as he could. And honestly, hey, you know what? I was giving a prop to the Laker bench over there, making noise, banging on the banner over there by the bench. Hey, you know what? Threw him off, and he missed the 2 free throws, so that didn't really hurt us too much. But honestly, LeBron took over. You were right, Medina, what you were saying and what John was saying. You know, LeBron needs to take over. You know, he took over in Cleveland. That fourth quarter was his. That was money time for him. You got to do that. You got to take over. You got to know when to make the right play and make the right basketball decision to shoot it. If it's a wing shot, if someone's open in the corner, sure, give it up. But as soon as the double team starts coming, that's when you're going to see him pass it. But if no double team's coming, drive the ball to the rim. But let's think right now, if this was 4 years ago, LeBron would have probably tomahawked a few of these dunks that we've seen him do, especially in the Garden against the Celtics. You know, we know he could dunk, and I think he's just got to be aggressive more towards the rim. Don't rely on the 3-point money ball. You know, if you're gonna hit it, you're gonna hit it. But I think we just need to get inside more.
I think maybe it's age that has to do with it too. Like, yeah, LeBron is still great at 36 years old, but I think it's also age. Like young LeBron, I see your point on that, Aaron. Like if it was young LeBron, he'd be tomahawking, he'd be more involved, he'd be more aggressive. Because I think LeBron had a lack of aggression tonight. Because like looking at the stats for the 3-pointers for LeBron, 3-pointers for LeBron, he went 4 for 11. Like, why are you taking so many threes? Like, that's not your game, bro. Like, why are you taking 11 threes? I feel like if he took less threes, he would be a little better. But also, if he had more aggression, he'd be a little better. But also, back to that call, it was a terrible call. I think it was a charge. I think he ran right into him. But that's like no shocker for me because today's NBA is very soft. Like the officiating is terrible every single game that happens in the NBA. Like Stephen A. Smith says it that you could get fouled today by just breathing on somebody. Like it's you know.
Or have bad breath for from the game, you know. But I agree 100%. You know, NBA soft, you know. But Jeff Van Gundy said it was a bang bang play, no call. But so here's the other thing too. Lakers, when you get fouled, stop yelling like this and looking at the ref. Wait till timeout because that pissed me off too. AD was complaining to the refs. LeBron was complaining to the refs. You got to get back on defense. You know.
Thank you.
You know, I think it was Lakers all day. Dope was talking about it. He was like, count how many times LeBron or AD, and I counted throughout the game. It was about 5 or 6 times LeBron would look at the ref, AD would look at the ref. Even like Caruso, it's like, stop doing that, Lakers. Stop complaining to the refs. Get back on defense and talk to them after. You know what I mean? I'm just sick and tired of when players get fouled, they look at the ref, and I'm going to keep it real. Here's the late great Kobe would do that too. When you get fouled, you'd be like, come on, that's bull bleep. He would show his aggression. But LeBron stands there and looks at the ref. But Kobe would run back on defense. Man, it's a bull blank call. Just throw his arms and get back on defense. Timeout, and then he'll talk to the ref. You know, so I want LeBron to do that. If he gets fouled, don't complain. Run back and throw your arms if you have to. Get a technical foul if you have to. You know, don't complain all the damn time about these calls, bro. You know, you're the best player. You're the best player in the league. You know, if you get fouled, well, keep it pushing. Fight through it, bro. You know, I'm tired of seeing LeBron always crying to the refs. You gotta get back on defense, bro.
He does that a lot.
Honestly, and it's not only. Well, remember, it's not only LeBron.
Yeah,
not only
AD.
LeBron. It's the whole team too.
Yeah, the team, KCP. Yeah.
KCP. You know, because we had moments in the game.
Mm-hmm.
We had moments in the game where not only Davis didn't get his calls, I think Schroeder didn't get a call too, and he just laid there. You cannot lay down on the ground. You got to get your butt up, get and sprint down the court. You know, the only time I saw LeBron, the only time now, don't get me wrong, this wasn't related to not getting a foul call, but I think LeBron got hacked or something, and he didn't get a call. He landed on the ground, got up, and bolted back down the court. Okay, if you could do that, and if you could do that after playing hard defense or for whatever reason, whatever happens, or making a basket, some kind of tough shot, and you could get back down the court and play defense, there's no excuse why you can't do that if you don't get a call. Just get back on defense. Because if you don't do that, you're giving Boston an opportunity to go 5-on-4 because they know there's a guy that's trailing and we could easily kick it out to someone because you know where a team is going to score. They're going to hang out on the wing. Anywhere on the wings, corners, be ready for that mismatch because they know someone's in the back still complaining and then someone's late and it could cost you the game. So
while we're at it, to critique LeBron, but something I want to get on with LeBron also is free throws. Why he always misses free throws all the time? Like I was watching the game with my dad today, and he even said it's like, why is it every game I watch, he makes one and then misses the other, or misses one and makes the other? Like come on, LeBron, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, you're the best player in the NBA. We all can agree on that, but your critique is that you miss free throws way too much, and that cost us in the Philly game. LeBron and AD, don't think you're off the hook because they're not. Even AD missed a lot of free throws that game. I feel like that Philly game we would have won if that happened, and this game would have been a higher margin if the free throws would have went down.
Yeah, I agree. Free throws definitely need to be made by both LeBron and AD. I don't know why LeBron is always making one and missing the other when we need both of them from him to win the
Exactly.
game. But I do want to go back to what you guys were talking about earlier and how LeBron got fouled in that one play where he didn't obviously even touch the guy or get fouled. I was also really surprised that Frank Vogel didn't challenge the call. Um, I was just like, wait,
Mhm.
what? Like they fight every foul, but then when it comes to something they didn't even do, they're not going to even try and fight it or challenge it. But that kind of shocked me at that moment. But man, yeah, that game. I just feel like I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I keep repeating myself because there's just so much that went wrong that didn't have to go wrong that could have been done right. That could have been done right. Just we gotta stop crying over every little foul. We gotta like you guys were all saying, like we gotta run back down and we gotta play defense and we gotta make sure the other team doesn't score. I mean that's our job. I mean if we don't get the foul, we don't get the foul. Just get up and run. And I feel like the reason why LeBron he doesn't sometimes he'll take over when he's feeling hot. He's having a good game. I've noticed this a lot. But then when he's not having the best game, I feel like that's when he wants to bring the team together and start passing the ball so other people can start making shots. I feel like that's his thing. He's trying to be a leader and just have the rest of his team step it up when he can't step it up. So I feel like that's why like this game he kept doing that instead of attacking the rim like he should have been doing. Um, he just kept passing the ball, and it almost cost us the game because LeBron is really great when he's driving the ball in, and he shouldn't be giving up plays like that just for other people to score. I mean, you know, um, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, most definitely. And you guys are talking about LeBron's free throws. Why is he missing free throws? Why is he missing free throws? You know who used to miss free throws but made it when it counted? Shaquille O'Neal. People were getting on. Oh, why is he missing free throws in regular season?
That's a good
Why is he
point.
missing free throws? Shaq would always make it when it counted. So if LeBron James misses free throws in regular season and in the playoffs, he makes it when it counts. It's all good. Shaq would do it all the time. I don't care what anybody says. Shaq would miss free throws in regular season, and when it comes to playoff, makes it when it counts. It's all that matters. LeBron, you're missing free throws. It is what it is. We can't, force you to get better free throws if you continue to struggle. Just make it when it counts, bruh. At this point,
Yeah.
make it when it counts, like Shaq would.
All right, and you know what? Also, because I had a second here, LeBron's career free throw percentage is 74.4%, and he's just a little bit. He's never been a real like his free throw percentage. I think the highest he was 75 at one point, one year when he was younger. But you know what? He's never really been like a terrific free throw shooter. But also, I also want to mention too, what were you guys thinking on the 9-man rotation we ran today? Because obviously it was a little different. You didn't see Wesley Matthews. You didn't see Keith tonight. I feel like I don't know. I feel like obviously with that, I think they just wanted to get those guys rest. I think that it was just a little bit of a needed break. We gave AD rest. LeBron doesn't want to not play, so let's try and give some of the guys on the bench some breaks a little bit, right?
No, I'm totally with you on that. The 9-man rotation. You know what? I actually liked it. A lot of Laker fans we very critical about it, but I actually liked it. Like, I see your point that like Markieff didn't play, Wesley Matthews didn't play, but Keith has been struggling all year. I don't think it's that bad that he hasn't been playing. Like, what's the one good game he had this year? I'm yet to find one good game he had this year, and I just feel like if there's a guy on the bench that hasn't been playing that should be playing, it's definitely Quinn Cook. Because, yeah, I know Quinn Cook hasn't seen many minutes last year, but his three-point shooting is something we would really need, especially tonight that we shot 29% from three. I guarantee if he was in, it would have been a little higher, the three-point percentage. That's just my opinion.
To have Quinn Cook in the Boston Celtics game, I don't know. I like him, but I feel like there is a reason why they don't play him. I like seeing Horton Tucker out there. I feel like, I mean, he
Same.
had a pretty alright game. I mean, I like to see him and Caruso out there. I wouldn't have mind seeing Morris out there today. I feel like he plays a little aggressively, so I feel like that could have been a key role into our game against the Celtics today. Um, but I like the rotation for the most part. I feel like it worked well. We just need to make our shots. That was pretty much it. I don't have anything to complain about the rotation.
Yeah, most definitely. Me neither, but I feel like Quinn Cook doesn't play because THT plays, Caruso, and then Dennis Schroeder. You know, maybe Quinn Cook's just there for if somebody gets injured, God forbid, you know? Knock on wood. You know, he's a backup. You know, and also, too, everybody's talking about Trey Marcus, all this. Why don't we call up Devontae Kaycock and Giannis' brother? Give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
Give them, because they're very talented, you know? But we'll see what happens. Frank Vogel likes to stick to the same rotation. You know, he kind of sticks to, like, if you think Frank Vogel, a lot of people, Frank Vogel likes to stick to the rotation when the momentum's going. You know who used to do that? Luke Walton. He would go with the rhythm, line up, and then he'll take somebody out, and then he'll mess up the momentum. I noticed that about Frank Vogel too. I see it. You know, I see this. I see it. I just see they kind of, in my personal opinion, they kind of do the same coaching. You know, with the rotations and stuff. Like, come on, you gotta play Wesley Matthews. You know, if KCP's struggling, even though he's struggling, throw him out there. Play it. You know, KCP is a great defender. Throw him on Jason Tatum. You know, at least, you know, even though he didn't score, let KCP. Cause I feel like KCP's confidence tonight was shot out the window.
Yeah, I mean, also, you know, I was a little bit questionable about some of the calls with Vogel that he made. Is, you know, like, don't get me wrong, we love THT. You know, the dude was great. I give him props for coming out there, putting some numbers up, made some great, terrific plays too. But also, there were some plays that I was watching THT, and I'm like, you know what, you know, he should. There's times that he should be handling the ball, but he should be coming off the ball primarily, because I think what you could have done in certain situations, get THT out or maybe move him to the 2, let Caruso come in and run the offense here, because I think THT, you know, you're in year number 2, you're still developing your game, you're still developing, making a good pass. I think he wasn't thinking about some of the passes he made. I would have liked to see Caruso a little bit more. You know, at least he's good with, you know, obviously everyone knows him, and he's a little bit good of a facilitator that can help keep the offense going.
Go ahead, Medina. Actually, hold on. 2-4. 2-4. Muted. 2-4.
Okay.
Oh,
Technical difficulties. Go ahead, Manny.
sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. Like, yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, THT is phenomenal. We all know that. But I just wish he had a little more minutes. But I feel like if we were a rebuilding team, he would have a lot more minutes. But because we're contending, like, it's hard to find him a lot of minutes because, you know, we want to play our main guys because we want to go for another title. But honestly, when you're talking about with Caruso, yeah, he's a household name. He's a big fan favorite. I love him because he's Italian like me, so I have a big bias towards him as well. But one problem with him tonight is that, looking at the stats, he didn't shoot the ball much. He should have shot the ball a little more because he had 20 minutes. I feel like in 20 minutes, you could get at least like 5 shots or 6 shots between you. Like, yeah, he had 2 points. He had 3 rebounds. He's been not bad at rebounding this year as well. Assist-wise, he had 1. But I mean, like, he's been okay. Like, I like THT and Caruso, but because we're contending, it's hard to find them like enormous amount of minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I like THT too. I feel like tonight he kept trying to go. He kept trying to drive in the ball, but he just kept getting blocked from that. So I think that's where he kind of lost his rhythm. And I think he ended up with 6 points, not 2 points, 6 points and 4 rebounds and 2 assists. So I mean, overall for a 20-minute game, I mean, he didn't play too bad, but he could have taken more shots for sure. I do think that Caruso should have played instead of him at some points. I think that would have made a significant difference in our game. But I mean, Caruso, he hasn't been scoring that much lately. He only had 2 points tonight with 3 rebounds. I mean, Caruso's great on defense, but I mean, offensively, I don't know. He just hasn't really been playing. He hasn't been playing like. Sorry. technical difficulties on my end. Give me one moment, guys.
No worries. Yeah, as Medina was saying, Alex Caruso only 2 points, but he does other things. Dives for loose balls, affect the passing lane. He just turns up defensively. You know what I mean? And also too, LeBron passes Derek Fisher on the all-time wins list. He's 8th now. He passed Derek Fisher on all-time wins list with the Lakers. That's a good accomplishment. You know, he's passing these great Lakers. And real quick before we technical difficulties, but Black Mamba 2480, what up, man? You think AD's capable of going for MVP? It's tough at this point. He's struggling this season. He would have to go out of his mind to be in the conversation. He would have to put 30 points a game, 12 rebounds. Oh, let's get Medina back in here. Medina, you can hear us?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I mean, Caruso, I love the way Caruso plays. I don't have a problem with him, but I just feel like these last few games, he's been kind of cold as well, and I just want to see him step it up too, you know? I know he can play better. I know he can, he can score 3-pointers for us, and that's something I haven't been seeing from him lately. And I don't know, I want to see more from him. I want to see what I used to see from Caruso. I want to see more than 2 points when he plays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely. And as you were saying, Caruso only had 2 points, but I feel like he does things that are not in the stat sheet. Take charges, deflect pass lanes, guards different point guards, like guarded Kemba, guarded Marcus Smart. You know, he switched on a lot of defensive rotations. And he takes charges, deflects the passing lane. I like Caruso's game, even though he scored 2 points. He's just a defensive energy bunny out there on the defense side of the ball. And we got a question I'm going to throw it to everybody real quick. Black Mamba 2480, we talked about it before Medina came back. Do I think Anthony Davis could go for MVP? Capable of going for MVP? For me, man, he would have to average 35 and 12 and 3 blocks every game for him to be capable of going for MVP, because he's struggling this season, and the leaders of the MVP are LeBron, Kevin Durant. We gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it DJ Ghost 100. You're gonna have to go with Paul George, because Paul George is keeping it real. Paul George is playing great, playing at a high level, and he should be in the conversation. I know Laker fans, you're saying we're good about Clipper. No, we gotta give credit where credit is due. Paul George is having a good season. He should be in the MVP. Those are my 3 for MVP: LeBron, KD, and Paul George.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like Paul George either, but the dude's this is probably, it's obviously I'm a basketball fan at the end of the day, and you know what, we saw Paul George that looks probably as good as he did when he was in his Pacer days, when he was like the leader there putting up points. There was times that he should have probably won MVP when he was with Indiana and Vogel's team, but he didn't, and he got robbed from it because of LeBron or something. But you know what, dude's scoring good. I gotta agree with you, with it. And you know what, I could even say, depends on what James Harden does too. So, James Harden, you got to throw his name out there a little bit too. It just depends on how well does he mesh with it. How many points does he average now, since he's with a team that, there's 3 bodies you can go from that could score double-digit points, 20, 30 points a game. How does his offense react to that? Does he still stay in the confrontation of it? He was last year, and he was the year before that. So it's very interesting to see. I honestly think, though, AD, I don't think there's a chance he doesn't want the MVP. He wants Defensive Player of the Year, and he wants the ring. He wants the ring. That's all that matters to him. I think LeBron's after it this year too.
Yeah, absolutely. I have LeBron and Embiid as the front runners for MVP, but the only way Paul George can get it is because it's the regular season. Because Paul George is basically like the opposite of Rajon Rondo. Rondo, he's someone who's not really known for playing good regular season, then playoffs he shines. Paul George is the complete 180 of that. He's known for playing very good regular season, and then playoffs comes. 13% from the field, 8% from the 3. It's only regular season awards, so maybe he could get it. But I have my money on either LeBron or Embiid. And also, if the Mavericks were better this year, I'd have Luka there as well.
True.
Yeah. I agree. I think Luka could also be in that top three category. He plays very well too. But I think LeBron could win it this year. I mean, with the way he's been playing, I mean, he's not getting any younger. He keeps getting better. As much as I love AD, he's my favorite player in the game right now. Um, yeah, I don't think he's gonna go for MVP. I think he also wants Defensive Player of the Year more than anything, and more than anything to win that second ring for himself with the Lakers. But I think if anyone should win MVP so far, not just saying this because I'm a Laker fan, but I think LeBron deserves it so far. He's been playing very well.
Yeah, most definitely. LeBron's playing well. And people that picked Giannis, man, they need to apologize to LeBron. I feel like LeBron should have won MVP last season, man. You see what LeBron did against Giannis. You know, people that voted for Giannis should apologize to LeBron that didn't pick him, man, because LeBron still playing at a high level, and I feel like LeBron is going trying to go for the MVP. You know, but hey, if you ask me, would you want Big Baby Jonathan? Do you want LeBron win MVP? I don't want LeBron win MVP. I'd rather have him get his 5th ring and us passing Boston on the championships. 18. You know, if you can ask me, everybody in the comment section, what would you rather have? LeBron win MVP, Anthony Davis winning Defensive Player of the Year, or Lakers repeating as champions? Put them in the comment section.
Or also, what would you guys rather? Now this is for the crew here.
Yeah.
What would you guys rather LeBron winning? Regular season MVP or Finals MVP?
Finals.
Finals.
Yeah, I'm better with that. That's a little bit nicer of a trophy, you know, as you get to hold up one and then you can put the other one in your hand. So
Yeah.
Or you could go for both. LeBron's capable of doing that. He's done it before,
Sure.
so you know, like it's long. Like shout out to my boy Vince, man. Shout out to my boy Vince. You know what's good with you, man. Yeah, if we win, if we win, it doesn't matter. Cause remember how last year we got snubbed out of Defensive Player of the Year with Anthony Davis, MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. Four people on the Lakers didn't get any awards, and Lakers said, "Okay, we ain't tripping. We're champs." Now everybody was like, "Oh, you know, it's like that bubble championship." It's still a championship. I don't care what anybody says. It's still a ring. We got our rings. As fans too, I'm getting my ring for my birthday. By the way, Laker Nation, I'm getting my replica Laker ring for my birthday. I'm gonna show it to you guys when I get it, man.
there you go. Honestly, and you know what's interesting too is I saw a jab that the Celtics decided to do today with the Lakers. You know, when they were comparing the two franchises, that they said they highlighted the 17th championship that they got, and then also at the very bottom of it, they said, yes, take it one championship at Disney World. And I'm like, okay, so big deal. We didn't, you know what? We won the hardest championship because there was no fans and the environment and the 92 plus days in the bubble. So why are you really taking a jab at us? Because in the end of the day, you guys got eliminated before us. So
You want to know the reason why they took a jab at us? Because they're jealous. They're jealous that we tied them. They're jealous that they went out against Miami and then we beat Miami. But another thing that's kind of off topic, but it's still kind of related to this. For all of you on Twitter, stop it, man. It's annoying with this stupid Mickey Mouse ring. Lakers won the ring. It's a real NBA ring. We got our championship. Stop saying it's a Mickey Mouse ring. And you want a Mickey Mouse clubhouse or something like that. Like shut up with that. Next person that sees that on Twitter, I'm blocking you.
hey, you know what? The best part about that is it could have been a bonus Mickey Mouse ring, because in normal circumstances they would have actually gone to Disneyland and actually had a parade inside of the park to honor them. So yeah, that's where the Mickey Mouse ring comes into play. So, or Walt Disney World, but that's only for East Coast. So.
Yeah.
I'm East Coast, so I would get it.
I mean, I also want to mention, if it was any other team that won in that bubble, they would have been credited for it. I don't know why everyone has to hate on us Lakers, on our Lakers. We had a hard year. I mean, we lost Kobe. We had to, postpone the season, and we came back to the bubble. I mean, that was something new and hard for all the players to get used to. I mean, and when we came back, we weren't doing that well in the season before we started playing in the playoffs. I mean, the Lakers had a hard time, but they came back strong, and they deserved that win. And it wasn't easy. We worked hard for it. So it's not a Mickey Mouse ring. It's a legit championship ring that we earned, that we
Facts.
worked hard for, and we would have won regardless with or without the bubble. So I don't know why everyone keeps hating on that.
Because they ain't us. That's why.
Yeah.
And also too, man, Aaron, Manny, Medina, thank you guys so much for coming on. And hey, Laker Nation, be sure to check out our pregame show at 3:00 p.m. West Coast time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, man. Aaron, Manny, and Medina, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Talk to you guys later, Laker Nation. See you guys Monday.
Take care. Have a good